Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are preparing very well for your upcoming ARS 2021 pre-exam. So as you all know, only 5 days are left for your examination. So please work hard, put your all efforts. And today's video is going to be very interesting and very important for all ARS aspirants across 60 disciplines, because we are going to discuss a very important issue raised by many students across India. They are asking how to solve these 150 questions of ARS pre in such a way that minimum negative marking should be there. बहुत सारे बच्चे ये सवाल पूछते हैं और जेन्युइनली अपने सीनियर से पूछते हैं कि किस तरह से 150 सवालों को हमें अप्रोच करना चाहिए कि हमारी नेगेटिव मार्किंग बहुत कम हो, और कितने सवाल हमें सॉल्व करने चाहिए कि हमारा नेट में एआरएस में सिलेक्शन हो पाए। बहुत जेन्युइन क्वेश्चन है। सो टुडे वी विल लुक into 3 important aspects of ARS pre net exam. First of all, we will look how to approach and how to solve these 150 questions in 2 hours in the best possible way, and how to avoid negative marking. One thing. Second, we will also discuss how we should solve objective while practicing. Many students, because only last few days are left, so many students are working very hard in objectives. They are making most of the objectives from different objective books. So what is the best way to solve these objectives? We will look into it, we will ponder into it. This is the second part of today's video. And the third part is what we should do in last 5 days. What should actually we should focus in these last 5 days so that our efficiency, our knowledge are enhanced, and we are equipped in a better way to solve the questions, 150 questions of ARS pre-exams. So let's begin this interesting video. So first of all, we will cover how to solve objective questions in pre-exams to avoid negative marking. So as you all know that 150 questions are there in ARS pre-exam. So let me make you clear that 150 questions are there in totality, and you are getting 2 hours. So first thing, you should be very clear that these 2 hours are more than sufficient for solving 150 questions. According to my experience and according to experiences generated, I have accumulated experiences from juniors who were successfully cracked this ARS examination. So they have told that 2 hours are more than sufficient. Even if you have studied very well and you have prepared very well, so you will be able to answer more than 120 questions in just 1.5 hours. Okay, so time is sufficient, but what you need is accuracy. We will discuss about that. So first of all, let us discuss this issue for those students who are appearing only for net. Those students who have filled the form for cracking net examinations. Let us discuss the strategy for them. So for net examination, the requirement is 50%. It means out of 150 questions, you have to give right answers to 75 questions. If you give right answers to 75 questions, then you are going to get the net certificate from ICAR. It means 50% क्वेश्चंस का सही जवाब अगर आपने दे दिया, यानी 75 मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 150 आपने इंश्योर कर लिए, तो आपको नेट का सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाता है, आपको नेट का सर्टिफिकेट आईसीआर ग्रांट करता है. सो व्हाट शुड बी द अप्रोच फॉर दोज स्टूडेंट्स हु आर अपियरिंग फॉर नेट ओनली? सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट दे शुड नोट इज they have to solve the question paper starting from question 1 to 150, and first round of solving questions, solve only those questions where you are 100% sure about your answers. Okay, so suppose you are starting from question number 1, and I will suggest you start from question number 1. Don't jump here and there and just mark random answers. No, start from question number 1, approach systematically step by step up to 150 questions, and in first round solve those questions in which you are 100% sure that this is the right answer and you are confident enough. Okay, so this will be your round first. So around 1 hour I think you will take from moving from 1 to 150 in first round, around 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes or 20 minutes like that. Okay, now second step will be count those questions on which you are 100% sure that you have marked right answer. ठीक है, तो जिन क्वेश्चंस को आपने सॉल्व किया है, 100% श्योर है उनके आंसर के लिए, तो उन क्वेश्चंस को मार्क कर लीजिए, काउंट कर लीजिए कि कितने सवाल आपने अटेम्प्ट किए और आप उनमें 100% श्योर है, तो आपने काउंट कर लिया. इफ दैट काउंट is coming to 90 or around 90 to 100 in between, it means you have prepared very well. And if you are appearing only for net, then now you need not to attempt more questions. Just sit down and relax, because out of 150 you want only 75 marks, and if you have done in the first round 90 right answers, so you are in a very good position, and 100% you will get more than 50% marks. बट नाउ कभी कभी ऐसा होता है जिन सवालों के आंसर हमें लगता है कि हमने बिल्कुल सही मार्क किए हैं वो भी गलत होते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव केप्ट दिस रेंज अप टू 90 क्वेश्चंस. सो आउट ऑफ 90 क्वेश्चन एटलीस्ट 85 क्वेश्चंस आपके शॉर्ट हो जाएं. 5 क्वेश्चंस ऐसे हों जिसमें आपको लगता है कि आपने सही किया लेकिन आपने गलत अटेम्प्ट किया है, तो वो ज़्यादा अंतर नहीं पड़ेगा. 0.33% का लॉस होगा. 0.3 इंटू 5 1.5 मार्क्स आप करीबन लूज करेंगे. बट 85 मार्क्स अगर आपके आ गए हैं तो ऑब्वियसली आप 50% से ऊपर ही जाएंगे. ओके, सो इफ यू हैव अटेम्प्टेड 90 राइट क्वेश्चंस इन फर्स्ट राउंड, देन सिट डाउन, रिलैक्स and do not mark unnecessary answers, right? Don't be greedy. कभी कभी हम क्वेश्चन पेपर 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1.5 घंटे में खत्म कर लेते हैं, एंड देन वी बिकम रेस्टलेस बिकॉज वी सी कैंडिडेट्स हियर एंड देयर, दे आर मार्किंग, दे आर डूइंग, और हम खाली बैठे रहते हैं. उस समय हमें लगता है कि इसका आंसर मुझे यही लग रहा है, यही लग रहा है, और हम ब्लाइंड गेसेस खेलना शुरू करते हैं, जो कि हमें बहुत नुकसान करता है. एंड एक्सपीरियंसेस हैज टोल्ड, आई हैव डिस्कस्ड दिस इशू विद मेनी स्टूडेंट्स, एंड इवन आई हैव अपीयर्ड फॉर ARS प्री and net examination. In our times these 2 papers were taken separately by SRB. So मैंने भी यही किया कि लिमिटेड सवाल सॉल्व किए लेकिन ठीक किए. सो अगर इफ यू आर ओनली नेट एस्पिरेंट्स एंड इफ यू हैव सॉल्व्ड 90 क्वेश्चंस एंड अराउंड मोर देन 85 क्वेश्चंस यू आर short 100% sure, then sit coolly, calmly, relax, don't be greedy, और अपना टाइम पास करके 2 hours में क्वेश्चन पेपर दे दीजिए. सो नाउ इफ यू काउंट योर 100% राइट आंसर्स एंड इफ द काउंट इज कमिंग लेस देन 75 or count is coming between 75 to 80 questions only in which you are 100% sure, now it's very tricky game here, because अगर आपके कुछ ऐसे सवाल आपने सॉल्व किए हैं जो आपको लगता है आपने सही किए लेकिन गलत हो जाते हैं, तो ऐसे में क्या है कि आपका नेगेटिव मार्क्स हो जाएगा और आपका मार्क्स 75 से कम आ सकता है. सपोज आपने काउंट किए 100% जिनमें आप श्योर हैं और वो काउंट आपका आता है 70 या 65 प्लस. अगर आपने अच्छी तैयारी की है तो इतना तो आराम से आएगा, राइट? सो व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, यू हैव टू गो फॉर राउंड 2. अब राउंड 2 कैसे करना होगा, तो मैं उसके लिए आपको एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट बताता हूं. व्हेन यू आर attempting round 1, when you are attempting only those questions in which you are 100% sure that this is the right answer, so there if any questions you are confused between 2 options, right? Out of 4 options only 2 questions are making you confused between 2 options, right? So you mark those questions, don't answer them, just put a different color there. In online examination they give options to put color in that question that you want to revisit that question again, so put that. Okay, so around I think if you have prepared very well, so 15 to 20 questions will be like this where you are confused between 2 options. Okay, so between these 2 options, now in second round you again visit those 15 to 20 questions. Here you try to solve, you try to find the answer with intelligent guesses, right, with logical reasoning. Now let us look what is logical reasoning is. So one approach to solve objective will be, just you know the right answer, so you have read the question, okay, this is the right answer, you ticked. This is one approach. You are looking for the right option out of these 4 options. Now in second round, those questions which you have marked that I will revisit again, you have to adopt a different style which we call as rejecting the wrong options. So suppose I will give you example. Suppose this is the question, that extension teaching method classified into use and form. Suppose you are not able to remember and you are confused between Wilson and Gallup and JP Leagans. Suppose, so what is the way around of doing this question? You see all others 3 options. You see them, right? JP Leagans, and you try to remember JP Leagans. He has given a model of communication. He has defined extension. So use and form I have not read anywhere. Then David Berlow, again model of communication was given by David Berlow. James Stewart, he was the first person who used the term extension in 1857. So हो ना हो Wilson and Gallup हो सकता है. That type of approach, rejecting the other 3 options. So David Berlow you rejected, James Stewart you are rejected, JP Leagans you are rejected. So Wilson and Gallup. And if you tried hard in your mind, then you will come to know that yes, Wilson Gallup can be an answer because he has given teaching steps also. So extension teaching method may be classified by him using forms of Wilson and Gallup. This is not a blind guess. This is known as logical reasoning. So I will give you another examples from genetics and plant breeding. So the term genetics was coined by, suppose this is a question where you are confused, William Bateson, T.H. Morgan, Hugo de Vries and George Mendel. So you will reject those other three options. Like you will see T.H. Morgan, you will think that he has worked in Drosophila, so it cannot be the answer. Hugo de Vries, he rediscovered Mendel work. George Mendel, he given the laws of genetics. Likewise, something will go in your mind if you have prepared well. Then William Bateson. So the more nearer to the options which is left out of three options, that can be an answer. So logical reasoning also help us to reject other options, right? So this is the approach to solve other remaining 15 to 20 questions. So those students who are appearing for NET, the first step is solve only those questions in which you are 100% sure. If that question count is 90, then just sit quietly, calm, cool, don't be greedy. And if that questions count is less than 75 or 75 to 80, then you should have marked those questions where you have to revisit again, where you are confused between two options. Okay, so solve these questions, around 10 to 15 questions, solve these. So they will cover it, and definitely you are going to score more than 50% marks. No special value is attached. If you score 55%, if you score 60%, then also you will get NET certificate. If you score 51%, then also you will get NET certificate. So there is no special value assigned above 50%. So why to take risk? So calculated risk has to be taken. Accuracy has to be maintained. Don't be greedy. Don't play blind guesses. They are always wrong. I am telling you, they will harm your right answers also. So this is the suggestions for those who are appearing for NET only. Now, a very important part, and it's more sensitive because a very important post of scientist is dependent on this examination. Those students who have filled the form for ARS pre-examination and also ARS plus NET. It means that they are ARS aspirants also. So let me tell you, the selection criteria for ARS is they will select students from pre on the ratio approximately 1:15. It means out of 15 students, they will select one student for from the pre. That's type of cutoff they will make. So 1:15. So it's very difficult, tough competition, and there is no separate 50% bar marks. There is bare minimum that at least 45% marks you have to score, but they will prepare a cutoff for the seats on the basis of seats. So that cutoff can be 55%, can be 65%, can be 60%, depend how all the students appearing in that subject, that discipline has performed. Okay, so cutoff is the game. Where cutoff is the game, then you have to increase the numbers of your questions, right questions. So the first thing they should note, there is no clear-cut rule. Like in NET, you have to clear 50% marks, at least for general category, and for other reserve category, that is still less range. So you can visit the notification according to your category where you belong. So there is no clear-cut rule for ARS pre. Cutoff will be prepared. So on the ratio of 1:15. So how much question you have to attend? No one can suggest you the exact answer. Only we people, your seniors, can give our experiences, our insights. But there is no clear-cut right answer that you solve 125 question, you solve 120 question. No, nobody can state this type of statements, right? So what you can do, those students who are appearing for ARS and who are looking for ARS pre. So first round, again the same rule. You solve 100% sure questions where you are sure that 100% your answers are right, and you mark those questions where you are confused between 2 or 3 options where you want to revisit. So you mark that color on your online examination, right? Then count your 100% questions. So I believe if you are preparing for ARS, if you are looking for ARS mains also, if you want to become a scientist, and if you have prepared properly, then we expect that at least in one go you will be solving more than 110 questions, right? There are certain students who are preparing only for NET. They are not preparing very hard because they know that this year they are not going to appear for ARS. In next year they will appear, right? If you are appearing for ARS, then I am assuming that you might have prepared very well, right? And if you have prepared very well, then in first round you should be around 105 to 110 or 115 questions or even 120 questions students have been solving in the first round. Okay, so around 100 to 110 score questions should be right, in which you are 100% sure. Now the second round you have to start again. Those questions which you have marked that I will revisit, so again you have to play that logical reasoning which I have explained earlier, right? That logical reasoning, rejecting the three options, selecting the one, putting your brain. Don't go for blind guesses, go for logical reasoning. So it's important to solve these questions in the second round. So my suggestion for those who are looking for ARS pre to get in across the cutoff, then at least 120 questions you have to attempt, around 120 to 125 questions or even 130 questions you have to attempt, right? And try to have right answers as maximum as you can. So what type of questions you can leave, right? If you don't have any idea of all the four options, generally database questions, right? How many Krishi Vigyan Kendras are in India? Suppose you don't have any idea, you do not know 600 to 700. So these type of guesses work you should avoid. If you have any idea, if you are able to reject 2 or 3 options, then you can play a logical reasoning game. You can attempt those questions and you can take calculated risk. But blind guesses will not work. It will harm you ultimately. So if we look overall, then two things are very important and are needed to solve a good number of objectives in ARS pre-exam. The first is accuracy. Accuracy means how accurately you are marking your answers. Sometimes I have seen many students who became nervous at the start of paper when they get the paper, and even though they know the answers of the questions, even though then they do mistakes. So avoid these type of silly mistakes. Second one, I already told that logical and intelligent guesswork you should do. You should not go for blind guesses. Okay, so logical and intelligent guess works you should do, and one way to do it I have already explained. Then rejecting the options, right? So if you are able to reject 3 options, then the options left will be your answer. So the probability of getting right answer in this type of case is very high. So logical and intelligent guesswork you should always do. So don't go for blind guesses, don't be greedy, and don't go for blind guesses in any case, right? Don't be in a hurry and make silly mistakes like marking answer of another questions to a different question. Now exam is online, so these type of mistakes are less. Okay, so now the third important point is what to do in last these 5 days are there. So what to do? So first thing, revise objective as much as you can, especially the difficult one. So in my last video I told you that mark certain objectives which you think that you will forget with advent of time, and now it's time to revisit them, revise them, especially the dates. Suppose this term was given in which day, this program came in which year. These type of objectives where factual information is more, we tend to forget. So in these 5 days, please revisit those objectives from all units. Then revise important dates, facts which are difficult to remember. If you can get some mock test from your seniors, from your colleagues, or if even if you have a strong group of suppose 10 students, you have made one group, so please set 2 mock papers. 5 students set 1 mock paper and 5 students set 1 mock paper, and you give that mock paper to another 5 students, and 1 set of mock paper give to other 5 students. Then you can solve it and then discuss his online platform. So solving mock test will give you exact idea where you are lying and where you need more hard work. Okay, so don't try to read too much now at the last moment. As a human being, we have always tendency to look for new material. Okay, so don't be in a hurry to look for new material just now, because in last 5 days it's not possible to read new books. So the material you have already read, revise it, memorize it, read less number of sources, but read it thoroughly, and revise current affairs. It's very important. Now is 5 days are left, so invest 2 to 3 hours in ICAR website and Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. You see what are the different ICAR institute where they are located. 1 or 2 questions will be like this: what are ATARIs, what is student ready, what is farmer first, these type of new programs which ICAR has initiatives. What important government program, especially 3 farm bills you all know were in debate, right? What are the important the name of these farm bills, and what is the main important characteristics of that farm bill, right? These type of questions. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, Sichai Yojana, Paramparagat Krishi Yojana, all these new program which has come up, right? So these important programs you have to read. If a new variety has come up, these all details are in ICAR website. If a very important variety, as in last video also we have told you that IRA has released Pusa Basmati 1692, a very important variety, right? So these type of some questions you will find on a recent, like World Food Prize winners, who have been given, how many World Food Prize winners are there from India, and when they have been awarded. These type of things you collect from ICAR website and Ministry of Agriculture Farmers Welfare or any other online sources. You have to collect, you have to invest time with Google. Okay, so and you have also revised different crop production. What was the exact crop productions of rice, wheat? What is the position of our country? What are the new estimates? What is the share of agriculture GDP presently, right? What is the extension farmers ratio now? How many KVKs are there? These type of important information you have to collect from the Google. And I have also made one video. I am sharing the link in description box, where you will find the current affairs up to date about 2020 in till 2020. I have made that video, so you can update it. From that video you will get to know in which heads we have to collect information. So I have collected systematically and I have made that video. So the description is in description box. Okay, the link is in description box. So students, I hope you have liked my video. Download your admit card. They has been uploaded into SRB website. This is the notification, and please download your admit card timely, print it timely, and prepare your other things for examination arrangements on time, and stay motivated because as you all know, this COVID time is going on and crisis is going on. We all are alone and you have prepared in a very difficult time, so stay motivated. In these 5 days, try to maximize your capability, try to be cool, calm, motivated. Read from limited sources, but read it thoroughly, and revise your one-liners and solve objective as much as you can. So overall, my message will be these 5 days are very crucial. Stay motivated, stay cool, stay calm, and you are going to get it, no doubt about it. So all the best. Thank you.